Hello and welcome to our weekly show Bottom Line, in which both my colleague Shankar Ian and I discuss various domestic international topics which are affecting the global politics and economy as well. Today we are going to discuss who else other than Donald Trump, the dawn of the world now. Because he dictates the agenda, he decides the agenda, he takes over countries without warning. He is the biggest imperialist ever born in the recent times. Is there a madness in his method, or is there a method in his mission? Because he has taken too many steps during the past few weeks, which has led to uproar throughout the world. Let us break them down one by one and see whether what he's doing makes it possible for him to achieve his MAGA mission, or is he taking his own country down the drain? Shankar, let us break it down. What do you think is the first step we should discuss which might have misfired on him?
I think the first step that is misfiring is the tariff policy, because he still has to get a tariff deal with China, India, Mexico, Canada, the biggest traders that he has. Second thing is next week or coming week on Wednesday, the Supreme Court of the United States will decide whether he has a power to impose tax or not. So he is in a bind, and all the utterances of his secretaries and his minister or his colleagues show a major confusion in the ranks.
Hey, Shankar, let us, our viewers are not aware of the Supreme Court. It has not given the full judgment or not. It has postponed, I think. Is it?
Yeah. So the judge will come Wednesday.
It means there's some pressure working there also. We say Indian judiciary under pressure. I think that judiciary is also equally under pressure because they're politically dominated
Not
anyway.
It is all appointed who are the majority.
So it will be major embarrassment for him, which people are expecting that his tariff policy may be overturned by Supreme Court, has not happened. So he's got a breather there.
For 3-4 days, yes, but we don't know how the Supreme Court in the US will take it up. My suspicion is that they will rule that he has to go back to Congress to ratify the tax.
No, because he has got the breather for 4-5 days, as you rightly pointed out.
Yeah.
But the rest of the world has lost the breath.
Yes. The rest of the world reaction is also seen in the market. The day the rule was supposed to come, even the American markets went in the morning. Then they announced the ruling is coming on Friday. The market went down. Then he created some other news for the markets to go up, which is about American companies investing in Venezuela. So he keeps this like a good potty maker. He keeps the wheel turning, and he's showing different things. Making a pond, making a cup, making a, and people are because he's such a colorful character. You see, Prabhu, there is no filter. There is no filter in what he says. Yesterday, somebody gave him a secret and he read out public the secret note. So, he doesn't care. I mean, he's so confident of his popularity, whether it is there or real or not is a separate issue. So, there's
Knowing personality.
Very, very interesting personality.
Because Trump defines his own point, because nobody can define Trump more than himself. He defines himself, what kind of things he's going to say. But looking at him, it doesn't matter whether the Supreme Court goes against him, which is unlikely because that is politically packed and Trump has been able to, so far, the majority is on his side, according to the background of all the judges. So once the tariff is, assuming first scenario is that it will be overturned. That will be biggest beneficiary is going to be out of that. Only India.
So there are two steps to it. While when the ruling comes that it has been overturned, we might be happy. But Trump and his team have already arranged for the tariff to be imposed through different rules. You remember there used to be a lady called Carla Hills, US trade representative, and India used to be threatened in the 80s and 90s with this 431. measure. So they have raised everything. We impose the tariffs. Our problem is that there is no communication between Indian head of state and American head of state for various reasons. This is why, if you remember last week in one of his conversations, he said that I am very fond of Modi, but he knows I am unhappy with him. Nobody knows what he wants from India. I mean, every few weeks we are कि tariff आ जाएगा, फिर trade deal हो जाएगा, परसों हो जाएगा. Nothing has happened.
No, but don't you think that in hindsight it looks like that India did not talk to him as it's what is his name, former secretary said, that Latnik,
Yeah.
deal was already done and Prime Minister did not return the call back to him. And that means he decides, okay, I'm the king of the world and somebody who's India is like a fiefdom and that Prime Minister should call him according to his convenience, which he didn't. So in hindsight, it doesn't look like that Modi knew that let us wait for the Supreme Court judgment. It might reverse his decisions.
No, I think Prime Minister Modi's stance is very correct in this because there is only so much you can be diplomatic with a person who is not diplomatic. And Trump is in a way very monarchic. He thinks he's King Trump, that America is the superior country, the empire, and everybody else, all the countries are all simply subsidiaries of this grand corporation that he has. So the reason India deals was because when this Ladakh is speaking about a period when Operation Sindoor was in process. So obviously for us, national security is much better than having a deal with US trade or war with Pakistan carries a considerable significance. Thereafter, at least 5 times since May or June, uh, Americans and Indian Americans has said yes, deal is ready. It is tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and stuff like that. But nothing has happened. And now there seems to be a puzzling silence from the side of the United States. And this Lutnick's comment, I think we should not take it too seriously because in the grand scheme of things on trade policy, Scott Bessent is the person who is calling the show. Lutnick is basically the sideshow.
The new administration of Trump under Trump is that they don't follow any law. They don't want any follow any diplomatic convention. Things which are said in private are never disclosed in the public. So that is the style of Trump. Okay, I'm very transparent. That can be one positive side of it. I say whatever I want to say because he talks in public. But looking at the statement of his Commerce Secretary, where he talking a deal would have been done, now deal is unlikely to be done, it seems, or now the India is on a stronger wicket, but nothing has happened to India. India is still surviving. They've opened up other trade centers. They have signed trade treaties with other centers. They are doing it. And rest of the countries are also doing. They are following their own system. They are getting out of the dollar currency exchange route. So what do you think that by this kind of move, Trump has weakened himself in the long run?
So let me 1 minute go back to the Lut comment and the date and time. So obviously there was expectation from Trump's side that India will accept Trump had intervened and that is how the ceasefire happened, which is completely not in the realm of reality. I mean, India will accept that a third party intervened in a geopolitical situation. Now, putting that aside, I mean, that seems to be the major grief that Trump has, that India has not said that yes, Trump peace to India between India and Pakistan, because we are not acting that thesis. But Trump on his own, by doing this, damaged America's standing in the world. Take India, for instance. 25 years, 5 presidents have been trying to make India a friend of the US since when Vajpayee was Prime Minister. The first talk about nuclear deal were between Rajesh Mishra and Jaswant Singh and then moved on to when Prime Minister Mohan Singh came in. Now, all of that is on the brink of India going back to the non-aligned status, going friendly with China. Yesterday, India announced that they might consider allowing Chinese investments into India. All of this is not at all a good sign for America because all these 25 years, America has been thinking that India is a bulwark, the basis on which they will tackle China. And if they're
Shankar,
going,
looking at India is the largest democracy, largest market. Don't you think America needs India more than we need America? Because to contain China also we need it. In Southeast Asia, if you need any footprint, India is a much more democratic, accessible, stable economy, stable political leadership. Don't you think he's inviting trouble for himself by taking on India?
so he is inviting trouble by wrecking something that his predecessors, he himself, in the first term had created. There is a certain interdependency between India and America. In America needs India for, as you rightly said, containing China or the Indo-Pacific standards and all. And India also needs America because, after all, it's the largest economy. We want to sell products there. Our services are being sold, their export markets and foreign level. Now, this is a perfect interdependence. The largest democracy and the oldest democracy, free market economy on both sides. And so this should have been a win-win situation. Instead, Trump has made this into a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, that's now Trump is behaving the way he's behaving because he thinks he's the lord of everything else.
हाँ सुल्तान है उसको लगता है कि वो सुल्तान
He's the biggest imperialist, I said earlier, he's born. What do you think that he's talking about India? Forget about India at the moment. He said, "No, I want to take over Greenland." And he said, I give $100,000 to everybody there and they will become American citizens also. What do you say? It's just a fanciful idea. It's he's just dreaming, or will he get it?
So the ground rule about Trump is that nothing that says is surprising. At the same time, it's always shocking that he is offering money or to buy over Greenland. There is a case for Greenland uh, to be aligned with America in whatever way. But Trump is a real estate person, so everything of him is a corner plot and ownership. See, Greenland is very critical for securing the Arctic zone because China, Russia, all of them coming closer to that. Due to climate change, that channel will open, shipping can happen north of the Arctic also. But Trump being Trump is that, will give 59,000 people in Greenland $1 million each and citizenship, and that's it. End of story. Denmark, bad.
Shankar just think that he believes only money can buy anything. That's American way of thinking.
Oh. And this is the
money makes the mayor go, as they say, no?
Yes. And it is not just Greenland. He has previously wanted to make Canada the 51st state. Now that, of course, he's got Venezuela as the 51st state. I mean, he promised his base that he not occupy foreign, interfere in foreign areas. Now all he's doing is bombed in occupied virtual Venezuela. He wants Greenland. There is talk about other places also. We don't know what he's planning in Gaza. There is also this other proposal, Pramod, that will create a special economic zone, which you nicely called yesterday the unitary of United States in Ukraine. See, all this disputed area between Russia and Ukraine will create a SEZ and mine for all minerals.
Venezuela is already 51st state of the United States, and Greenland will become the 52nd. That is what he's assuming. That is what he can do.
Yeah. He thinks that he can do it.
But don't you think that all actions are led only, he believes in business-led policies rather than national-led policies. For him, everything is business. Venezuela, oil. Why American companies buy oil? In Greenland, I need all the rare earth material there, whatever is available there. That is what I want to do. His every policy is guided by purely economic agenda.
No, I think his method is domination. So he thinks if I dominate world militarily, I can dominate them economically. Similarly, thinks that I am the greatest economy America has never before. Then I can dominate militarily also. His one thing is being debated now is whether his action in Venezuela will encourage Putin to take over Ukraine, or Xi Jinping to take over Taiwan. You can see it two different ways. One way would be that they would think that America might be might be too powerful and might intervene, and its military is very exceptional. So this thing. The other thing is that Trump himself said last week about China and Taiwan. I don't know. Maybe Jinping will do it, but I will be very unhappy. No American president before this has said that China, if it takes over Taiwan, I will be unhappy. Unhappy, and it's all very vague terminology. Whether he will stand Taiwan or no, nobody knows. So his imperialism is basically to dominate world politics and world economics.
So the globalism is collapsing. Huh? Basically, you want that, okay, what is
Yeah,
globalism?
that is true. Yeah.
Which was built by Americans themselves, by the multilateral, all that global institutions. He has withdrawn from all the United Nations sponsored most of the agencies. He said they are doing nothing. They are working against America, and we are funding them. So America first policy is reflecting in action everywhere, because let the money come into America rather than going out of America.
So it's a bit, if you see it in a business model, the earlier models that he was establishing dealerships everywhere, arrangements, collaborations, joint ventures, and everything. Now he's saying that all of this is not required. Me, myself, and we will do everything that is needed to be done. We don't. So he is NATO. The moment he takes over Greenland, NATO is that is the end NATO. So the Europeans will have to figure out how they will protect themselves. In the G7 group, America is the only country which actually defends itself. The others are all dependent on America to defend themselves. So he has that power, that cloud, which he is using, wielding without any embarrassment. He is
So
not embarrassed to say that I'm
basically,
paying you.
basically, you're saying that he has learned the art of how to use the American money, because American money was funding all the international organizations. NATO was funded by America. United Nations is funded by America. And most of the babus all over the world, retired bureaucrats, retired politicians, were getting jobs into all these institutions. Thousands of them got into it. And now he says, NATO I created. NATO is otherwise useless. What are the NATO doing for anything else?
Yeah. Correct.
He's showing them their worth, basically, showing their face in the mirror. Okay, look at the mirror.
No, see, anything happens. So he assembles this technology, anything else, he assembles all the billionaires in his Oval Office, all the technology people, all the Microsofts and Googles and all. Yesterday for Venezuela oil companies, all the oil companies he assembles. So there is a show, Shakti Darshan, show of power, show of strength to dominate. I can send $1 billion investment to Venezuela. May not happen, but nobody is questioning him. So his what he will do next, nobody knows, and that is apparent according to him. His unpredictability is his best weapon.
The other thing which looks like there is some kind of a continuity also in the American policy, changing regimes which are hostile to America, which started quite earlier. They were doing earlier Iran, they changed the team. Afghanistan, they tried to change the regime. They are keeping only Pakistan military regime intact because that serves their interest. They did in Syria, they have done it that way. And they tried to do in Ukraine, which have not been successful so far. They have done in Venezuela, they want in Colombia. Now there's a Colombia is all in line with us. So the American style of different kind of, it is not a British East India Company, which was capturing countries all over the world. They say now America policy is to capture the country either through raids or through economic packages. So that's the Trump that he wants to prove that in American history, he is the biggest person, successful person in terms of acquiring directly or indirectly states after states, countries after countries.
So he seems to be working on this just like he would have worked with his Trump building, the real estate business. So he sold his royalty to most people. So Trump towers in the rest of the world, they're not built by him. He just charged royalty. Similarly, in Venezuela, he has adopted the model that he has been adopting, US adopted in Pakistan, which is you choose who will head the government. So in Pakistan, Imran Khan won the maximum number of seats, but Shahbaz Sharif became the prime minister, and now, of course, the army chief is the Karta Dharta, and everybody, the jury, executioner, everything, Pakistan. Similar model they have found in Venezuela. So this is the franchising model as it suits its purpose. Like you said, Colombia, the president of Colombia, they spoke for 40 minutes, everything is. You have to go and do the general election. Just like in the earlier Darbar, you went and gave some, you know, priceless thing to the king to please him. Like this, the phone call, and then you say he's the greatest, then he is fine. So this franchising model he has adopted. But after Iraq, Afghanistan, they learned that can't be everywhere, and it is very expensive, and there is domestic pressure that Americans should not be killed overseas. So now they have adopted this franchising model that changed the head of the government. Simple.
No, you see, Trump is trying to prove that America has all the technology, the kind of action they did in Venezuela. They were landed with helicopters, everything else, and took away everybody. And their guards are saying we didn't know how to react. The kind of technology they have got, nobody else got it. Now he's dominating the world narrative. Every day you cannot have a TV debate, newspaper headline without Trump there. So Trump is trying to set the agenda for the next, how the global order will be reset, in which America will still have a dominant role to play.
So I don't think it will be a global order at all. It will be Trump order. Today Trump is friendly with Xi Jinping, Trump and China are friendly. Tomorrow he is friendly with Putin. So this will be a Trump order. No global order. No. This is like the Godfather movie running just now. That anybody who comes and kisses my ring, I'm fine with him. So what he has done is that America first is his basic line. America first is also the global. He doesn't care. I don't think that there has been beyond. Maybe in the time of Nixon, there was some attempt like to dominate, but and the same madman technique was adopted by Nixon also. So here there is no apparent measure except that Trump thinks that domination is the only way, and he has sold the idea to the Americans that America will cheated and robbed for all these years, and now America will get back everything. Whether they actually get it or not, we will know in the midterm elections whether people believe it or not.
Yeah, ultimately, looking at everything else, don't you think that what Trump is doing, he's not speaking directly or taking action against China in terms of tariffs? Also, he's kept them under moderate rate, almost equal to India or less than India in some cases. What he's doing is that he's attacking those areas where China has maximum financial interest, like Venezuela. In one stroke, he has taken over the entire Chinese oil trade and whatever he's doing. In Colombia, he was doing the same thing. In Ukraine, everywhere else, wherever he's in Europe, he's trying to attack the Chinese interest as well, it seems. So he's trying to also minimize Chinese influence wherever it's possible. He's attacking BRICS, so that he's also warning Brazil. He's warning everybody else. So indirectly, Trump is forgotten anything else. His target ultimately seems to be China.
So he has reached the terms of engagement. The earlier regimes who said that China is expanding in Africa, expanding in Latin America, and every day they were hand wringing that this money is being checkbook expansionism and stuff like that. What Trump says, what he did with Panama, he told Panamanian government, get the Chinese company out or you had it. So Li Ka-shing, who was had a stake in the Panama Canal, to be removed. Now he is on and told Venezuela that you have to get rid of Iranians, Chinese, and Russians from Venezuela. So he is using the military domination to recover the economic domination. Because China had used similar economic domination to become militarily dominant. Now this is the final war between two sides. Basically, one form which is the authoritarian Chinese way of doing things, and the other form which has the veneer of democracy, which is Trump, which is again in different ways an authoritarian or unilateral system of unilateral world order and Chinese world orders. This is the competition that we are caught in between now.
You mean to say now, if I come back to the concluding part of it, looking at what Trump has done in first year itself, 1 year of his regime has caused a lot of earthquake all over the place. He has disturbed everything, what has happened. Don't you think that the global order or the world has to suffer this disruptor for next 3 years till 2028? He's there. Now, though people are talking about impeachment, which never happens, it's unlikely to happen, though the people are claiming about it. He has tamed everybody. Media is tamed. He has tamed every neighboring country. He has tamed every powerful person there. So do you think that this disruptor is going to dictate narrative for the next 3 years, and it will be world order or world leaders who will be reacting to him rather than putting him on the defensive?
Yes, because because in one way, Prabhu once accept that when spiritually whatever happens for the good. So the Europe has woken up that they should defend themselves. India has woken up that should be Atmanirbhar, that we not believe in these laws. So there is that part, but there is no dispute. No, I agree with you that he'll occupy all our attention till he is president of United States. And people say that he might be duck after 2 years and all. I don't think so, because he is every day he reinventing power in his own country in the world.
So let me compare him with again Prime Minister Modi here. That even in India, their media, intellectuals, so-called Latin mafia, other people, they are against Modi. But since India is doing well economically as far as figures are concerned, therefore he's surviving and he is able to face and win the election after. And similar things are happening here. They also, it is a 4.5% growth rate is happening in America. Immigration in terms of, he says 4 million people have already been deported. Another voluntary, they have gone back. There is the bond. He has also applied the freebies there that you reduce the credit card interest by 10%. He has done everything else about housing. So do you think he's following the same policy almost, which also helps the middle class, poor middle class people, and also restore nationalism, MAGA, as you're saying. And therefore, he doesn't have to conduct the election again. So there's nothing for him to lose in future. Therefore, he's putting everything in front, disrupting domestic economy, international economy, and trying to dictate new terms of engagement.
So to be able to do all this, Prabhu, he has to have public support. So public narrative is with him because he has very cleverly wrapped socialism with nationalism. It's like in India, the Indian government is social, but wrapped in national flag. In Trump's America also, Trump wrapped because stopping companies from buying real estate, cutting down credit card rates, giving $2,000 children. All of this is socialism. Absolutely no question. But he has sold it. He is a good market. So now he will be in the news whether we like it or not. And who knows, in the next few episodes we might discuss him again.
So coming back to conclusion, should we conclude, okay, there is some kind of a method in his madness or madness in his method?
No, there is method in his madness. Madness is his style.
Okay, his style is madness, but there is a method involved in it.
Method in this method. Yes.
He looks mad, but he's not.
Yes.
Okay, on that note, we end the discussion today. Bottom line, we'll meet next time again, discuss some other subject for the bottom line, and we come to some conclusion like we have come today. There is some kind of madness in his method, what he's doing, and he will continue to disrupt the global engagement mechanism. Let's wait whether it's good for the rest of the world or not, but it's at the moment seems very good for him. Thank you very much for watching Bottom Line. We'll meet again next time. Do subscribe to our channel. Give some comments, ugly, good, bitter. We will read them, respect them, respond to them, but don't ignore us. Thank you very much.